Well, as you can hear on our mic stuck out the press box here, there is a good bit of wind. There were some teams who were scheduled to play tonight who opted to play on Thursday evening. One of those was just up the way in Mount Pleasant, where Northwest Cabarrus and Mount Pleasant played. Good game last night, 16-14. Northwest coming away with the victory after Mount Pleasant had taken a lead late in that one, 14-10. We're waiting for the teams to take the field. Captains will be coming across midfield. Alik Hart is one of the captains. Zaire Brooks, also a captain for Chambers. Harper. That's Keyshawn Harper. David Johnson, one of the captains for Hickory Ridge. Also, Joel Wooten, number 75, as a captain, and that is Noah Daughtry. And the fourth captain for Hickory Ridge is number 8, and that is Jace McCollum. Hickory Ridge in like black uniforms, white numbers. Normally a navy blue uniform for Hickory Ridge, but a black uniform today. Cougars in white got the chrome orange helmet, as we've become accustomed to. We're simulcasting this broadcast today on a couple of different locations. We're going to you through the NFHS Network. If you're hearing us on that, we appreciate you tuning in, and also going out through the Radio Free Cabarrus 45 Sports YouTube channel. Again, Chambers will be the visiting team in white. The referee is talking with the teams, getting ready for the coin toss. It's a Western theme for the student section tonight. A lot of cowboy hats, a lot of cowboy boots. Not a great big crowd for Chambers. You see a big crowd if you're over there at their campus in University area, but they have not traveled out to Harrisburg here with this team much tonight, unless they're on a late arriving crowd, and we'll see how that plays out as the evening goes. Seems to be taking a good bit of time trying to get that coin tossed. But again, other games tonight, we've got a crew over at J.M. Robinson, as Central Cabarrus will be taking on J.M. Robinson. And again, it looks like the toss is won by Chambers. They declined to the second half. And so it looks like, well, the PA announced something different than what I thought. So let's see what happens here as we get ready for the Ragin Bulls to run in through the big inflatable Raging Bull on the scoreboard end of the stadium here at the Ridge. Two teams have not scored a lot of points so far this season. Again, tough competition. J.M. Robinson opened up the season here against Hickory Ridge, and they had Porter Ridge and last week Independence. And here comes the Bulls, being led by the flags and the letters. They'll come to the sideline, coached by Jupiter Wilson. On the far side, we have got Coach Brandon Wiggins, the head coach, and his staff for Julius Chambers. Again, a non-conference matchup, 4A action here tonight. We'll keep you updated throughout the night on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Some of our sponsors tonight include the Independent Tribune. Jamal Horton's coverage of high school sports in Cabarrus County is unrivaled. IndependentTribune.com. My Cannon Pharmacy and CannonPharmacies.com. By Ben Minett, family of dealerships, BenMinett.com. Also brought to you by Carolina Pizza Hut. Anytime's a great time to go to pizzahut.com and order up some food. And they have locations all across Cabarrus County and having a location here in Harrisburg, having some renovations done on that location here in Harrisburg. But again, Doug Cleveland and all the fine folks at Carolina Pizza Hut's also brought to you by Wilkinson Funeral Home. Heilig Wilkinson, proud to support high school athletics in the community. Here's the kickoff. It's a high driving kick that Hickory Ridge is going to field the ball at the 5-yard line, coming back to the right sideline to the numbers, and he's going to be bumped out of bounds. The return on the play was by David Johnson, and taken out of bounds on the tackle is number 26, Anthony Harrison. Harrison, junior running back on the kickoff team for the Cougars. So we're underway here. Carolina Renaissance Festival, also one of the sponsors, renfestinfo.net. Tickets now on sale. Big opening weekend coming up October the 5th. Saturdays and Sundays in October and November. And also one of our sponsors today is the Southern Christmas Show coming up in November. So Hickory Ridge start the ball with the ball at the 24-yard line on the near hash mark as we look at the action. They're moving from left to right. As we look at the action, they'll bring a man in motion. They'll hand the ball off inside, twisting and turning across the 25, 26-yard line. Short gain coming up. Looks like Johnson with the carry. They're going to mark it at the 27. Second down and 7. They'll send 2 receivers left side. Got Chase McCallum as one of those receivers. Also, Nick Chacon out there. They're going to hand it off again. Tough running inside, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback today is Braden Barrio. So, Morrison first to make contact for the Cougars, and a big third down coming. 3rd down and 7 from the 27 after no gain. Barbario works from the shotgun. Straight back to throw. He's going to flare it out to Johnson. Johnson catches it 25, makes one man miss across the 30. He's out of bounds, though, before he gets to the needed yardage. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 32, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 2. And let's see what Coach Wilson and company decide to do. They've got the offense on the field. Still got plenty of time on the play clock. 20 seconds, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. 4th down and 2. Barbario at quarterback. One man in the backfield. Turns and looks to the sideline. 10 seconds on the play clock. He's going to drop back. He'll flop Johnson to his left side. Going to hand it off to Johnson. He is going to be tackled before he gets to the 30-yard line. A loss, and that's going to give great field position for Chambers. A risky call, and right now it did not pay off. Let's see what the defense does for Hickory Ridge, or does Chambers capitalize on great field position starting at the Hickory Ridge 29-yard line. 10:34 left. First quarter just underway. First possession for the Cougars. They're moving from right to left. They're running to the goal away from the scoreboard if you've been here to the Ridge. They're going to line it up as Zion Haley at quarterback in the shotgun. Going to run. Now we'll flare it out. Got a receiver over there. Gets it inside the 25-yard line. A big stack up at about the 23. Pass goes to Marquise Bird. Bird went in orbiting motion, came out into the flat, and just looked like a little run option. And when Haley started to get a little bit of resistance, he just flared it out. It's going to be a pickup of about 5.5, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. Again, they'll send man in motion. They'll throw it to him out in the flat. Got great running room. 20, 15, 10, 8-yard line. Finally taken down. The touchdown-saving tackle was Tristan Crumpler, but there is a flag on the field. It's at the 23. That's right at the line of scrimmage. And we'll see what the referee has to say on this one. It looks like it's coming back holding against Chambers. Be a 10-yard mark up from the spot. Looks like they're going to go from the 25-yard line, so it'll take it out to the 35-yard line, bring up second down and long now for Chambers at the 35-yard line of Hickory Ridge. 9:54 to play first quarter. No score. First possession for the Cougars. Crowd is growing a little bit over on the Chambers side. We've got a good crowd here on the Hickory Ridge side of things. Still room, though. If you're in the area, come on out. Second down. That's going to make it second and 16. The line to gain is the 19-yard line. Zion Haley, the quarterback, 6'3", 165-pounder. Going to pitch it out to the running back, to the 35, makes a man miss. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, cuts back, 5, 3, 2, 1 yard line. Looks like they're going to say knee touchdown at the 3, and that's Zaire Brooks. Brooks just caught that with a full head of steam as Haley tossed it out. Made a couple of good cuts, but there was not a lot of resistance at the point of attack. It's first and goal. Quarterback pulls it. Now he's going to try to throw, and he got clobbered just as he tried to put that ball up in the air. Going to be second down and goal from the 3. Haley got the pass off, but it was blocked right back into his face. Second down and goal. Shotgun snap. They'll hand it off to the dive back. He powers his way to the end zone. And touchdown. No, wait. Hickory Ridge comes up with the football, looks like. A fumble on the play. And Hickory Ridge will take over. It looked like big number 24, Malik Dalton, was 240 pounds, getting ready to power it into the end zone, and all of a sudden, it popped free. Going to mark the ball between the 1 and the 2 yard line. Hickory Ridge dodges a bullet with a turnover. They had gone for it on fourth down, 4th and 2. Gave the ball up inside their own 30-yard line. Now they're going to get their second possession with 9:18 left in the first quarter at the 1 yard line. Got a player running off late for Hickory Ridge. Line it up in a shotgun power formation. They'll hand it off to the tailback. He twists and turns and dives to the 5. Johnson with the carry. They'll say the 4 yard line. Picks up 3, second down and a long 7, maybe closer to 8 yards. That power formation had 2 fullbacks on the right side behind the guard and the tackle on the right. Quarterback in the shotgun. Nobody spread out wide. They're going to run the same formation. Again, breaking through a hole across the 10. That's Johnson again. So David Johnson getting some running room, going to be close to the first down, but just shy. They'll mark the ball about the length of a football across the, actually, it looks like it's closer to the 11-yard line. We're looking at it just slight angle toward the football. Barbario, the quarterback, again, gone all the way. He's got that power formation flop the other way. They're going to run away from the power. They're stacked up right at the 11. No gain. It's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Twice they ran behind those 2 fullbacks in the backfield. This time they ran opposite. And a player limping off for Hickory Ridge is one of the linemen. That's Gavin Pacino. It looks like the punting unit is coming on. Some of those substitutions include Donald Parker, Parker Donald, excuse me, coming in on the line. Getting ready to punt. Looks like standing about 2 yards deep in the end zone is the Hickory Ridge punter. Williams to receive. Good snap, gets away a high kick, had a man in his face. It takes a big bounce. It takes a Hickory Ridge roll, and it's going to go dead at the 40-yard line. So about a 29-yard punt, no return. Second possession of the game for Chambers. The second time they'll start in the Hickory Ridge side of the 50. 7:05 to play first quarter, no score. Julius Chambers on their first possession got inside the 5-yard line before they coughed it up on a fumble. Zion Haley, the quarterback. Zaire Brooks in the backfield with him. Got a bunch set short side left as they move right to left. Haley's going to fire it to a little screen pass to the receiver to the 35. He'll be taken out of bounds. Tackle on the play by number 22, Caleb Tolliver. The receiver on that little screen pass was Makai Gant. Gant doing a nice job just using his blockers. Got about 6, second down and 4 at the 34-yard line. Again, the same set, bunch set. They'll fire it to the receiver again, and he's going to get the first down inside the 30 to the 27, maybe the 26-yard line. Again, Gant with the reception. It worked the first time. Why not do it again? And they're going to line up with the exact same formation. Shotgun, bunch left, short side. The runner in the backfield, Brooks. Now Haley gets the snap. He's going to throw it to the receiver outside and incomplete. Flag's going to come in late. I thought there was an interference on the play. They did not call it initially, and then the flag came out. Just running a little, not sure if you call that a skinny post or just a hard slant, but he came inside of the defender. The defender was on his hip and tackled him before the ball got there. Probably saved a touchdown, but it will be a pass interference against Hickory Ridge. They'll mark that off. The line of scrimmage was 1st and 10 at the 26. This drive started at the 40. And they'll mark it off. Looks like half the distance to the goal to the 13-yard line. First down, 6:37 to play as the band plays here for Hickory Ridge. Haley in the shotgun, got movement up front. Let's see what the call is. Hickory Ridge was in the neutral zone, but were they drawn off? And it looks like it's going to be offside. They'll move the ball to the 8-yard line, 1st and 5. So 1st down and 5, another scoring opportunity coming for Chambers. No score. 6:37 to play. There comes the handoff, and it's going to be a touchdown. Zaire Brooks makes it 6-0. Extra point attempt coming here as Chambers takes the lead in the first quarter. Brooks with a 6-yard run. Caps off a 40-yard drive. And now it looks like they're going to attempt the extra point. On to kick it is number 56. I don't seem to have a 56 on my roster, but I was told the kicker is Romero. Snap is high. They get it down. There's a flag. Kicks it between the poles, but it's going to be a dead ball foul. Let's see if we've got another name on another roster here. Pre-snap penalty. Offside defense with contact. So it'll take it half the distance to the goal, put it between the 1 and the 2-yard line. Now another extra point attempt coming, a little shorter this time for Romero. 6:31 to play. The snap, spot, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. Just missed the crossbar. Came out ugly, and the kick is no good. 6-0. Our score here early. Chambers with the lead. The kick was missed. And now it would be a kickoff coming. Second kickoff of the day coming for the Cougars. Looks like Romero's going to come out and kick that one as well. 6:31 left here in the first quarter. Second possession coming up for Hickory Ridge. Actually, the third possession, they had a turnover on downs their first time, gave it up inside the 30. Then they punted it on fourth down and resulted in that short field. So the field position game has favored Chambers here in the early going. Romero to kick it off. It's a driving kick. It's going to be, fielded at the 1. He gets up and runs and knocks the ball free. Touchdown, Chambers. Now, I was surprised they didn't call it down on the ground. He dropped it, fell down, got back up, picked the ball up. He got crushed at the 2. The ball popped up in the air. Linwood Spidell grabbed it and ran into the end zone for a touchdown. Now, I tell you what, that was not smart. 6:27, just 4 seconds. And number 7 plucks it out of the air on the fumble. Well, you can't get much worse play than that. If he had let it go, it would have gone in the end zone and would have been a touchback. They'd have brought it back out to the 20-yard line. But he fell down. He got back up, picked the ball up. And now here comes a 2-point conversion, a little reverse. And first tackle missed, second tackle does not get, and a run fails. So still 12-0 as the run fails for the Cougars. Good pursuit that time. They had a little inside counter action faked, and then they pitched to the outside, and when they did, there was nothing doing. So 6:27 left first quarter, 12-0. Chambers with the lead. Been a tough start for the Ragin Bulls. We'll check in with some other scores throughout the night on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. And a couple of possessions already in the Pizza Hut red zone. And the kickoff by Romero. Deep to receive is Johnson. Johnson just trying to make something happen there when he probably should have just let it go into the end zone. It's a squibbly kick. It's going to be fielded on the hop by Johnson at the 6. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And he's going to be taken out of bounds at about the 44, 45-yard line. So Johnson comes up with a big kick return after making a colossal blunder on the last kickoff. And that's going to give great field position to the Ragin Bulls. We'll see where they finally spot it. Looks like at the 45-yard line. Got good blocking, had a good crease. You can see when he turned on the jets, he's got good speed. 12-0, Chambers. Hickory Ridge with the football, 6:18 to play. First quarter. They'll send 2 receivers to the short right side, one far out to the left beyond the hash marks, ball on the near hash mark. Going to run the reverse. Now the flea flicker, the exact same play that Carolina ran against Charlotte. This time not fooled, and it's incomplete. Christian Hamilton scored on a play for Carolina of 50 yards last Saturday against Charlotte, the former Hickory Ridge wide receiver. But This one was intended for number 85. That is freshman Nidra Quiz Witcher, and Witcher had the ball knocked free. Witcher's going to be one of the wide receivers now that splits out to the left side. Exciting play, but not fooling anybody on that play. They'll hand off to Johnson. Johnson slides off a tackle. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's got a man in front of him. He's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 20. Actually, they're going to say he's knocked out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So David Johnson showing that speed. Good blocking off the right side for Hickory Ridge. On our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, J.M. Robinson 7, Central Cabarrus nothing. That's the end of the first quarter. Perry Gabriel and James Mellick calling the action for us for 45 Sports, Radio Free Cabarrus. Here's a screen pass. Inside, good blocking. 20, 15, 10, and taken down at the 9. Drop that one off to Joel Wooten, and Wooten gets Hickory Ridge in business. First and goal at the 9-yard line. Nice job of blocking on that screen pass. He caught it, just cut inside, kind of ran diagonal toward the post, and had a lot of running room. Barbario going to hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson skating to his right, slips and falls as he gets near the 5. They'll go say knee touchdown at the 6. Second down and goal for Hickory Ridge. They trail 12-0. 5:15 clock ticking away here in the first quarter. First time across midfield for Hickory Ridge is there in the Pizza Hut red zone, and we've got a timeout by the Cougars. So the first time out of the game going to be taken by the Chambers Cougars as Hickory Ridge has wrestled some of that momentum back onto their sideline, and they're trying to punch one in, answer those two quick scores here in the first quarter for Julius Chambers. Give us an opportunity to tell you that the Carolina Renaissance Festival starts up the weekend of October the 5th. Get your tickets now. Again, you go online, renfestinfo.net. They may still have some jobs available, too. If you're interested there, contact them. You can get all the information on their website. So here we go. It's going to be second down and goal from the 6-yard line as Hickory Ridge trying to punch one in and close the gap. Barbario with Johnson at his right side, works shotgun. Got a couple of receivers to the right. The ball's on the near hash mark. As they move left to right, got two receivers out left, and now whistles and a flag going to be thrown. Looking to see what the call is. Offside defense. That'll be half the distance to the goal. We've seen both teams commit penalties in the red zone. That takes it to the 3-yard line, makes it a little bit easier play for the Ragin Bulls. 5:12 left first quarter. Barbario, shotgun. Johnson at his left side. He'll bring a man in motion. Now Barbario's going to run, diving, and he's going to be short of the goal line. Going to bring up third down and goal. He had a man running a jet motion underneath. That was Marky Roberts, but he didn't choose to pitch it to him. Roberts is going to come out. Also coming out is Witcher, so they're getting a little bigger up front. Barbario will have Johnson. And again, those double fullbacks off the right side in front of Johnson. We'll give it off to Johnson. Johnson fell down in the backfield. He may not have had much room to run. He had to cut quickly. Looked like Kalen Mandegalt. Mandegalt was in the backfield when the handoff was being made. Hickory Ridge will take a timeout. Both teams have used a timeout here in this drive down inside the Pizza Hut red zone. The ball's at the 5-yard line. Fourth down and goal. 12-0. Chambers with the lead. Neither team has won on the season. Both teams have played tough early schedules. Somebody's going to get in the win column. Who will it be? Right now, we've seen great field position for Chambers, turned into a touchdown. Ensuing kickoff mishandled, turned into a touchdown. Hickory Ridge, though, rebounded with a good David Johnson kickoff, and then if driven down inside the 5-yard line, a loss on that last play, and it looks like Hickory Ridge is going to go for the touchdown on 4th down. Barbario, the quarterback, he's going to have Johnson and a couple of big backs in the backfield. Looks like Jace McCallum is one of those guys, and also number 88 is Isaiah Townsend. So they'll line it up again in that power formation. 2 fullbacks in front of Johnson. Barbario will be in the shotgun. They're looking to the sideline. Play clock just now starting, so there's plenty of time. It's ticking at 20 and counting down. 4:20 on the game clock. Barbario rolling right, looking, firing, back of the end zone, touchdown. Nice play, finding and buying time, Barbario. And I believe is number 2 with the reception, and number 2 is Joel Wooten. So Wooten, as Hickory Ridge answers. 4:16 left. A 4th down pass from Barbario to Wooten. Extra point attempt coming, but cut into that deficit. 5-yard on 4th down. Snap, spot, the kick is up. The kick hit the left upright and bounced through. And it is good. So the kick is good for Hickory Ridge. That makes it 12-7. Still the Chambers lead, but really that took the momentum right back. 4:16 left here in the first quarter. A lot of action. We got an injured player down. We're going to step aside, just take a quick breather here for a second, and we'll be back with you. But again, you're watching Julius Chambers versus Hickory Ridge from Harrisburg. 12-7, the Cougars lead the Raging Bulls. Jaden Whitcomb with the extra point a moment ago, getting ready to kick off now for the Hickory Ridge Raging Bulls. 12-7, 4:16 left here in the first quarter. A lot of action so far. We expected a lot of action. 2 men back deep to receive for Chambers. High twisting kick. It's going to hit at the 3 and bounce into the end zone. Whistles and a flag, and we may have this one done over. The marker is down. It's going to say false start on the kickoff. So they'll have to kick it off again. In the first score we had from over at J.M. Robinson was 7-0 at the end of the first quarter between Robinson and Central Cabarrus. The Bulldogs winning in that one early. In case you hadn't heard, last night, had quite a tussle up in Mount Pleasant, and it was a 16-14 win, Northwest Cabarrus over Mount Pleasant. Cox Mill was in a battle with Hickory, came up on the short end of that one. High-scoring game. I believe that was played at Hickory. And now the kickoff. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be fielded at the 11-yard line. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. You're going to be taken down about the 37, 38-yard line. There's a flag at the 38. Marley Vincent, the sophomore wide receiver and defensive back, was the man who returned it out to the 37. Penalty is going to be a block in the back against Chambers. So that'll push it back 10 yards. We'll see where the initial starting position will be for the Cougars. Don't forget, the Cabarrus County Fair got one more day after today. It wraps up tomorrow. 1 o'clock they'll open tomorrow afternoon and close up at 11 p.m. They'll be open until 11 o'clock tonight if you're out in the area and want to go to the Cabarrus County Fair. And a flag on the play. There was movement up front, and it's going to be a jump by the defensive line. The whole defensive line jumped. We've seen several offside calls on both teams here in the early going. 4:09 to play first quarter. Trips wide side left. Ball's on the far hash mark. Haley's gone all the way at quarterback, one man in the backfield. Going to run the option. Quarterback Haley turns it up, 35, 40, 44-yard line. Should be enough for the first down. Zion Haley with a good run out of the backfield. Haley showed that speed. He tucked it all the way. He had an option man out there and didn't look like he had any intention to option that one. He's going to throw it out to the receiver. Far sideline, 45, 50. He's going to be taken out of bounds. Completion goes to Makai Gant. So Gant with the reception. They mark the ball at midfield. That's going to bring up second down and 4. Second down at 5. Line to gain is the 45. 12-7. Chambers with the lead and the football at midfield. They'll work shotgun, trips wide side left. One receiver into the short side of the field. They'll throw it short. Caught at the 50, 45. Dances around, back to the middle of the field, and it's going to be taken down. Well, forward progress stop, never really taken down. They'll mark it at the 43. That's enough for the first down. The reception made by Williams. Keziah Williams with the reception at the 40, or at the 50, and he ran it to the 43. 3:15, clock ticking, first quarter. 12-7, our score. Chambers with the lead. They'll give the ball off to the running back. Makes the first man miss. Bounces the outside 40, 45. 35, 30. Going to be taken out of bounds. Again, that's Zaire Brooks with the run. Brooks will have another first down. There's a flag on the far side of the field right at the sideline. That's in the area sometimes where you see a sideline warning. We'll see. They're going to throw the ball or throw the flag a little farther back into the field, so maybe not a sideline warning. It looks like they're getting ready to mark it off against Chambers. Well, they're going to start it again and mark it off. So the holding call was downfield. It'll bring it back to the 38-yard line. First down at about 5. Excuse me, let's call it 4. First down and 4. Just under 3 minutes left first quarter. 12-7, Chambers. Chambers with the ball. Haley fakes it, actually gives it off to the running back. That big back this time pounds his way for 2 yards to the 36. Malik Dalton. Dalton, of course, coughed up the ball down on the goal line in the first possession for Chambers. Hung on to it that time. Second down, 3 yards to go. 36-yard line. Again, working shotgun. Haley looks to the sideline. Zion Haley, the junior quarterback, brings a man in motion into orbit in the backfield, and now flags fly. And see what the call is this time. The penalty bug going to be hitting the Cougars a bit here. There's a 5-yard mark off for false start back to the 41-yard line. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left first quarter. Second down and 8. A moment ago was 1st and 4. And in orbit, they're going to flare it out to him. 40, 35, cuts back, 30, 25, and wrestled out of bounds. The reception by Jeremiah Harrison. As Harrison picks up the first down, they orbited Harrison all the way from the far right side, came back to the quarterback, and then as he's cutting back up toward the line of scrimmage, Haley just dropped it off to him and had a full head of steam. And I hand the ball off to Brooks. Brooks inside, twisted down after a short gain. That's going to be Jack McCowan with the tackle. The line is gained to the 21. Second down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. So McCowan with a good tackle for Hickory Ridge. Minute 30, clock ticking, first quarter. Haley, again, bringing the man in motion. This time it's Gant. He's going to throw it to Gant. Same player, opposite side of the field. Runs into a defender at the 20, and he'll be taken down after a short gain. There was a blocker out for Hickory Ridge, fought the block off, and just whammed into Gant after coming off the block. Makes the tackle at the 19-yard line. We're going to go under a minute to play in the quarter. Third down and 5. You got to believe this is 4-down territory if you don't make it. The ball's at the 19. So third down, 5. Play fake. Haley throws, caught, touchdown. Just ran a outside post from the left side. Isaiah Ross with the reception, 6'2" wide receiver, and that is a 19-yard reception with 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Haley gets the touchdown pass. So Ross with the 19-yard reception. They're going for 2. And the ball off to Brooks. Brooks going to be taken down short. The run fails. And that is going to keep the score at 18-7 in favor of Julius Chambers here as we've got 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Take a quick breather. We'll be back with you here at Hickory Ridge as the kickoff coming up. It's Chambers 18, Hickory Ridge 7. 31 seconds left in the first quarter. 3 touchdowns in the quarter, no conversions, though, for Chambers. They lead it 18-7. Twin safeties deep for Hickory Ridge, standing back at about the 5-yard line. Saw one kickoff lead to a touchdown and a mishandled ball. This time it's going to be a short kick. It's going to bounce around the 16-yard line, taking no chances. Johnson falls on it. Chambers dives on him. They're saying they've got the football, but I've got to say, that's a piling on play. If he's laying on the ball, you can't dive on him. He's already down. We'll see what the officials say. I've never fumbled that they allow him to be hit over and over. The officials are all huddled up. But Johnson was laying on the football. They should not have been able to even hit him. It should have been him. But they allow that repeatedly. I'm not sure why the officials allow that, but they'll cover up the ball on the ground and of it. The ball's at the 16-yard line. They're still trying to figure out what they want, but Coach Wiggins and company are really lobbying with the officials. And they're being explained to him, but they're sending both teams to the sideline. And again, Coach Wiggins over there talking to the referee. Well, still waiting for a signal. And they're going to call Coach Jupiter Wilson over, I think, to give him the explanation. Right now, they're going to re-kick it. I'm not sure what they're doing here. Johnson fell on the ball, covered it up, and then he got thumped about 3 or 4 times by players coming down after he had already given himself up covering the football. Inadvertent whistle is what the call is. Maybe that ball was loose, but I didn't see it. Early on, A.L. Brown 7, South Rowan nothing. 4:05 left first quarter. High end-over-end kick going to be fielded at the 11. 15, 20, back to the middle of the field to the 25, 26, 27-yard line. Pushing and shoving and diving into the pile. A little bit of a scrap going. The officials in there quickly to break it up. The return made by Markey Roberts. Roberts showing good speed getting out there. There's a flag on the play, probably for some of the post-tackle festivities. So 24 seconds left in the quarter. The officials huddling up again to figure out what they're going to call. We've had several penalties, an inadvertent whistle, a fumbled kickoff return that popped up in the air and turned into a touchdown, a good drive after a good kickoff, dead ball, personal foul against Chambers. That will be a 15-yard mark off after the return. And they'll take it all the way out across the 40-yard line to the 42. And a good field position starting for Hickory Ridge. Hickory Ridge lone touchdown came after that Johnson long kickoff return and then a good drive. Barbario throwing the ball to the sideline, had a couple of good runs, and then a nice throw into the back of the end zone, hitting Ross. But Chambers came right back and took it down and scored to make it 18-7. 24 seconds left, first quarter. Empty backfield, trips right, ball just about in the middle of the field, 2 receivers left side. Barbario throws it that way to Johnson. Johnson's going to catch it across the 45, and he'll be marked down at the 47. That should be the last play of the first quarter. We played one here at Hickory Ridge. Our score is Chambers 18, Hickory Ridge 7. And again, that's the end of the first quarter. Hickory Ridge with a deficit to Julius Chambers. Let's take a quick breather here. We'll be back with you. Stay tuned. Again, lots of action left. 1 quarter in the books. 18-7. Chambers over Hickory Ridge.
That's the end of the first quarter. All right, fans. We got a special treat for you tonight. Last weekend we had Junior Bulls cheerleading camp, and we got a whole bunch of Junior Bulls here tonight. Let's give them all a warm welcome to these ladies. All right, y'all ready? Here we go.
If you wanna run away with me, I know we can see and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Sky glitter in my eyes, shining just the way you like. If you feel like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm gravitated, the Milky Way. We're renegade. Got you.
Well, go to the second quarter, 18-7. Julius Chambers with the lead. A hard-fought football game. Game started out as Hickory Ridge had a 4th down and short. They failed to convert, gave the ball up inside the 30-yard line. Looked like Julius Chambers would punch it in. They fumbled at the 2-yard line, and then a short field after a punt. They drove it 40 yards, got the first score. Ensuing kickoff was mishandled by Hickory Ridge and popped up in the air and was ran into the end zone by Linwood's Spidell. That made it 12-0. Hickory Ridge answered with a scoring drive, and then Chambers came right back. And again, whistles sounding. We have had a lot of procedures. Well, let's see. They're going to call a timeout here. So timeout called. That will be timeout for Hickory Ridge. They've used 2 timeouts now here in the first half. Julius Chambers has used 1. Looking at our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, see if we've got any other scores coming in. We've got 7-0 Olympic here early on. Looks like against, not sure who they're playing, but again, Olympic with a 7-0 lead early on. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, Charlotte back at home. The 49ers going to be taking on Gardner-Webb. 6 o'clock kick time. That's going to be over at Jerry Richardson Stadium. Davidson also at home over at Field 76 in Davidson. That's an evening game, I believe, a 7 o'clock kickoff. Here's a man in motion for Hickory Ridge. They're moving from right to left. Barbaria rolling out, being pressured. Going to fire off the receiver's hands, incomplete. Running hard, Barbaria, throwing on the run, hit Marquise Bird, but it may have been just slightly high, maybe have caught up on his back shoulder pad, and it popped up in the air, incomplete. That's going to bring up now, looking for the 4th down, 4th and 6. Those orange chains getting hit over there on the sideline among all the orange helmets for Chambers. So punt formation coming for Hickory Ridge. 1 play into the second quarter. The punter is the kicker also, Jaden Whitcomb the junior. Delay of game against Hickory Ridge. They'll mark it back 5 more yards. And now Whitcomb will be standing inside his own 30-yard line to punt it. 11:47 to play first half. The snap's good. No pressure. Gets away a driving kick. It's going to be fielded back at the 24. Gives to the outside. Got a block. Flags fly. 50, 45, 40. He's going to go out of bounds. No, he's bounced back inbounds, but it's all coming back. There's 2 blocking penalties and a Hickory Ridge player who got peeled back upon it about the 40-yard line, laying flat of his back, writhing in pain. Great kick return, but there was I'm guessing either a blindside block or a block in the back at about the 40-yard line. There's another flag at the 44. The return was all the way inside the 30-yard line, and again, a Hickory Ridge player took a big shot right about the point of the tackle. I haven't been keeping track of penalties, but boy, we're going to stack them up here so far. We're probably pushing 10 penalties already. We played a quarter and 30 seconds. Don't forget Cabarrus County Fair continuing tonight. It'll be open until 11 o'clock, and then from 1 p.m. to 11 to 11 p.m. on Saturday up at the Cabarrus Arena and Event Center. Went out there last night after the Couch to 5K group that I work with. Blindside block is the call. The player is up and moving toward the sideline, and we believe that's the man who got blindsided. That's Cameron Gaines, the senior, big number 55, and he looks like he's doing better after he caught his breath. So we got to have the ball taken all the way back to the 25-yard line. Chambers will put the ball into play. It's a second 15-yard penalty against Chambers. The defense coming out now for Hickory Ridge. 11:30 to play first half. Don't forget IndependentTribune.com, one of our sponsors. Got some new comics and new puzzles coming this weekend and next week. Read all about the Independent Tribune. They'll drop the ball out to the receiver, to the 35, to the 38. Big hit for Hickory Ridge, but not before a big pickup. The tackle made by number 18, who we don't have on our roster. First down out to the 39-yard line. They throw right side, caught out across the 45. The Jeremiah Harrison again. Harrison's made a couple of receptions. Got some tall receivers and tall quarterback for Chambers. 6'3" for the quarterback, Haley. Williams 6'3", 6'2" for Bridges. A couple others. They work shotgun. They're going to toss it to Brooks. Brooks had to slow down to catch it. He's got it. Turns the corner. 50, 45. He's out of bounds on the far sideline. Making sure he doesn't come back in bounds is number 44, Kingston Young, the junior linebacker, and put a pounding on him, but not before he crossed into Hickory Ridge territory. They'll mark the ball at the 41-yard line. 10:32 to play first half. 18-7 Chambers. Chambers driving left to right. Snap is Aaron. It's loose. Back in the backfield. Running is Haley. He fell down. He's all the way back to the 37-yard line. He had a lot of running room, but when he scooped it up just as he's getting ready to turn up field, his knee hit the ground. They'll mark it at the 38. We have to get our calculator out on that one. 12 from the 50, then 9. That's 21-yard loss all the way back to the 39-yard line. Second down, and call it 31. The line to gain is the 31 of Hickory Ridge. So Haley and shotgun got a good snap this time. Steps up, fires deep down the sideline. Got a man racing out there, can't make a diving catch. Hickory Ridge had 2 defenders there running stride for stride with Jeremiah Harrison, and Harrison just has it fall off his fingertips at about the 35-yard line. Third down, 31. Ball at the 38-yard line. Haley looking to the sideline, all the gestures. Nobody from Michigan here to steal it or tell him what's going on, or the defense. Take a shot at Jamal Horton's Michigan Wolverines. There's a really good documentary about that whole deal on Netflix now about sign stealing. Haley to throw, drops it off short, looking for a block, 40, and taken down with a nice open field tackle for Hickory Ridge is Hayden Hall. If Hall doesn't take him down, he's probably going to get at least 10 more, but nowhere near the 31 yards that were needed. So punt formation coming. Looks like Malik Dalton, the defensive end and running back, going to kick it away. He's standing back at the 28-yard line. David Johnson to receive back at the 25. Snap a little low. He feels it. Not a lot of pressure. A wobbly kick coming off the side of his foot. It's going to hit at the 41 of Hickory Ridge, takes a big bounce, and then takes a Chambers roll. It'll go to the 34-yard line, and that's where they'll pick it up and mark it dead. First down and 10. Now Hickory Ridge trailing 18-7 to Julius Chambers. 8:43 left first half. Jamal Horton just texted me, says, leave Big Blue alone. It's an interesting documentary if you see it. I thought it was really, really interesting, really good. And the kid, and I say kid, he's probably 30 years old, mid-30s or whatever, that was accused of the sign stealing and kind of the guy that took all the blame. Really likable, talked with, showed him everything he was doing, and he said it was all legal. Looking to throw. Barbario throwing downfield, and it's way overthrown. Had a man running down that way. That's Witcher, and Witcher could not run underneath that one. He had a man running stride for stride. But Barbario really throwing it way downfield. Second down and 10. They'll bring the ball back to the 34-yard line. Bulls had a good drive to get their touchdown. They scored on fourth down on a 5-yard pass play as Barbario rolled out and got Wooten in the back of the end zone. Looking to sideline. Going to be caught. So an 11-yard pickup. Nice reception on the sideline is Witcher, the freshman. So that'll pick up the first down, 11 to the 45. I looked away for just a second and then see the ball coming to the sideline as Witcher's catching it, just dragging those feet on the sideline. First down at the 45. Johnson in the backfield with Barbario. Barbario in the shotgun. Play fake's got a man in his face, and he's slung down. Flag on the play. Let's see what this one is. Penalty marker is down. It may be a hold against Hickory Ridge, but if he held, he didn't hold much. Well, from the reaction of the defender, though, they're going to call it, maybe calling a face mask on the play. Malik Hart was the man who sacked the quarterback, but he's the man who's also flagged for the penalty. 15-yard mark off brings the ball all the way to the 45-yard line of Chambers. Trying to figure out the 15 yards on that one because works into about a 10-yard mark off unless they mark it from the spot. There's a handoff to Johnson. Johnson, 35-30. Pushed down. The ball comes loose. It looked like he was down, and I think that's what they're going to say. He hit the ground, then the ball came squirting loose down toward the 20, but he's going to be marked down at the 27-yard line. So a good run for David Johnson. And Hickory Ridge threatening. 8:09, clock ticking, second quarter. Chambers 18, Hickory Ridge 7. So the Ragin Bulls with the first down. Joel Wooten split wide to the right. Got a wing right and then a receiver left side short. Barberio throwing, heaving it up high toward the goal line. Knocked away. Where's the flag? None coming. The defender got there. Might even hit him in the back as the ball was thrown down in the front corner of the end zone. Didn't see much argument. I thought maybe there was an interference with there. No complaints there. So maybe I'm the only one complaining. Second down and 10 from the 27. Good arm there from the quarterback, Braden Barberio. Junior just hung that one up and looked like it had a chance for 6. They're going to hand it off to Johnson. Powers his way up the middle to about the 24. Third down and 7. Going to go under 7.5 minutes left in the first half with this possession. Next play. Barberio looks to the sideline. Witcher, one of the receivers, looks back at the sideline. Now we'll go trot over to the far side of the field. Shotgun, Barberio. Johnson at his right side, fakes it. He's rolling right hard. Open side of the field. He's got pressure. Throws out of bounds. Put that one out on the track. Incomplete. 7:01 to play. That's going to bring up fourth down. From here, it would be a 41-yard field goal. I don't think they're thinking field goal. Down by 11. But there's a lot of discussion going on. The play clock has not started yet, so they'll have plenty of time to think about it. It's now started. Now they changed it to a 25-second play clock and timeout. Hickory Ridge will call a timeout. That will be their final timeout of the half with 7:01 to play. Ball's at the 24-yard line. It's fourth down. They need 7 to get the first down. Offense is huddled up on the sideline. The defense on the far side for Chambers. Checking to see if we've got any scores coming in on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard here tonight. We'll see what we've got just in a moment. These coming in from our friends over at WSOC-TV. Asheville School 41, Metrolina Christian 16. Lake Norman 15, Marvin Ridge 7. That's at the half. Weddington 24-0 on Butler in the second quarter. 2-touchdown lead for A.L. Brown in the second quarter. The Wonders 20, South Rowan 6. Lake Norman Charter on top of Pine Lake Prep 14-7 in the second. We've got some more we'll tell you on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. We're back to live action here. 7:01 to play. Fourth down and 7. Motion man is Roberts. Roberts reverses the motion back out to the right side. Plenty of time on the play clock as we're just now hitting 10. Barberio, the quarterback, looking to throw. Heaves it down. Again, a shot toward the flag. Jump ball, out of bounds, incomplete. No flag. Turnover on downs for the second time today for Hickory Ridge. A jump ball right inside the end zone at the pylon. I guess that's a 50-50 ball maybe. I'm not sure that you had that great a chance to get that, but they threw a nice jump ball and it goes incomplete. Coaches don't like it when you question their play call. Ed Johnson in the flat that might have been able to catch it and run for it. And that might have been an option. I'm not sure if that was the throw to the pylon may have been the primary. Chambers with 6:54 left in the first half will take over at the 25-yard line. They'll drop it off to one of the receivers out wide. Gets out on the sideline, bumped out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. It's out across the 35, looks like. Marquise Bird, the senior running back, caught that one out as a split out as a slot. He'll split out to the right side now as a slot. 6:47 left, 18-7. Chambers with the lead with the football. First down at their 37-yard line. Haley hands the ball off inside. It's that big back this time is Malik Dalton. powers his way back to the line of scrimmage, no further. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. They'll bring a man orbiting in motion now through the formation. We've seen him throw it out there. They did this time. He looked like he wanted to throw, then he takes it upfield and just running like a deer into the secondary. Knocked out of bounds at the 43. Let's see where they're going to mark him out of bounds. Inside the 45-yard line of Hickory Ridge. This time, again, that's Jeremiah Harrison. They run that orbit. By orbiting, I mean they just kind of arc back through the backfield in motion. And what they're doing is they're coming out the other side with a full head of steam toward the line of scrimmage. Haley's just dropping it in the breadbasket, and they're running upfield. They're orbiting again in the backfield. Different runner this time, though. It's Williams. And the timing off on that one, and the flags fly. That'll be a 5-yard mark-off against Chambers. It's those big, speedy wide receivers and running backs out in space. And it's really tough to deal with. They've got a full head of steam by the time they catch the ball. And they're usually out in areas where, there's one man gonna catch them. And if you don't get him, they're down the field. 1st and 15 after the 5-yard mark-off. 6:10 to play first half. Still 18-7. Chambers with the lead. Got Dalton in the backfield this time at the right side of Haley, and they're going to call timeout. So it'll be the second timeout used by Julius Chambers. Gives us time to go back to the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. And in the meantime, A.L. Brown's tacked on a couple of touchdowns. A.L. Brown 34, South Rowan 6. That's gone to the half up at Memorial Stadium in Kannapolis. 66 years old this year, Memorial Stadium in Kannapolis. Late second quarter, Weddington 24, Butler nothing. Let's check Myers Park in the second quarter, 3-0 over Richmond Senior High. Olympic 14, Shelby 7. Told you earlier we weren't sure who Olympic was playing. They're playing the Shelby Golden Lions. Ledford 14, East Davidson 7. South Rowan all over Piedmont, 34-7 at the half. North Rowan is just tattooing T.W. Andrews, High Point Andrews, 34-0 North Rowan in the second quarter. No score between Independence and South Mecklenburg. No score between Providence Day and Charlotte Country Day. We're back to live action here. There's some scores from your Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. You can send Williams in motion and a fire pass to the receiver, just running a post in the middle. He's going to score. Touchdown. Marquise Bird just ran a post. Haley just threw a laser, hit him right in the number 5, and nobody touched him en route to that. Looks like, what is that, about a 55-yard touchdown run? I lost the line of scrimmage, but I'm going to call it 55. It may not have been 55, may have been shorter. So Haley to Bird. They're going to say 47 yards. So 47 yards. They'll go for 2. 6:02 left in the second quarter. Haley throws, man open, got it. That's Bird. The pass from Haley to Bird for 2 points. And just like that, it's 26-7 in favor of Chambers. They set that up with all those little flat passes, little swing passes, and then they send the slot just straight down the field with a hard post. And the defender, the safety's dropping. And that safety's so deep that when Bird just cut inside of him, Haley put it on his number, and he just split the defenders and went down the field untouched. 26-7, 6:02 to play, first half. Hickory Ridge will get the ball back. Their last drive ended in a 4th down attempt inside the 30-yard line. They're going to send 2 men back deep. It's been an adventure on kicks. Looks like Marky Roberts is one man and David Johnson the other. It's almost been a feast or famine. We saw the one play where the ball was fumbled up in the air and returned for a touchdown, and then we saw one taken out here. Top bounce fielded by Johnson at the 18, 20, 25. Coming to the sideline, nowhere to go, and good tackle on the sideline. Number 32 for Julius Chambers, that's Cam Whitener. Whitener, the junior defensive back, makes the tackle. Still a pretty good return. Caught that on the bounce and brought it back out. See where they put it in play. It looks like a 30-yard line. Johnson will be in the backfield. Quarterback is Braden Barbario. Barbario's gone all the way at quarterback. Johnson's been that tailback for the most part. They'll bring Wooten in motion, toss it to him on a little shuffle pass. He turns it upfield, 35, 36, 37, fighting his way to about the 39 before they don't ever take him down, but forward progress stopped, and they're going to mark him at the 40. Should be enough for the first down. That's just that little, I think some people call it the Utah pass, where you just toss it forward. Had jet motion through there, and when he got up in front of the quarterback, just tossed it forward. A safe play. If he drops it, it's an incompletion. 5:27 to play. Looking to throw. Barbario going to be flushed out. Tries to turn up and run it. He'll just slide down at the line of scrimmage. So Barbario with a no gain. Second down and 10. Things started to break down. He looked to go outside, and the containment was there, so he just went straight up the field and slid. Looking to the sideline, Hickory Ridge getting ready for the play. First game I've been to this year that's had a play clock that worked besides a college game. Neither clocks worked at Central Cabarrus or Mount Pleasant, the previous games I've been to. Back to throw. Barbario, pressure coming. He runs way back, throws an interception. I don't know that he ever saw it because he just got tattooed. They're running to the end zone, but you can't get up after you hit the ground. Trying to throw it back to the line of scrimmage. He got it to the line of scrimmage. No, actually he didn't. He got it to the 39-yard line and the interception. 4 men were chasing him. It looked like they had, you know how sometimes they let the lineman come through on a screenplay? There was just nobody to screen it to, and he was just a dead duck back there. He threw it trying to get it across the line of scrimmage, and a diving interception. Did not see the number of the man who made the interception. It may have been Markel McConaughey. I'm not sure if that was McConaughey or not. That was one of the guys running down the sideline. Substitutions coming. Actually, a sideline warning has been given to the Cougars. They gave an opportunity for one of the safeties to come over and get a little further defensive instruction. The ball's at the 39-yard line, 26-7. The 39-yard line of Hickory Ridge. Chambers with the lead and the ball. They're going to send Bird in motion. They're going to lateral it to him. Cuts back. 35, 31-yard line. Finally ridden down from behind. Hickory Ridge defender. Maybe shaken up. A little slow to get up now. He's just going to pop back up. I think that is number 8 for Hickory Ridge. And number 8 is Jace McCallum. We call McCallum's name a couple times on defense. Clock ticking. Going to go under 4 minutes left in the first half before they snap it on this one. We're right at 4 minutes. They'll send Bird in motion again. Hand the ball off. Brooks, 20. Brooks, 19, 18, 16. They finally stack him up. He falls down at the 15-yard line. They were looking at Bird flaring out like one of those little flare passes. They just handed off straight up the gut, and there's nobody at home to take care of Mr. Brooks, who ran to the 15. 3:35, clock ticking. 26-7. We're in the Pizza Hut red zone now for Chambers. Again, Brooks slicing, dicing, 10, 6, 7. I think I'm going in the wrong direction. I believe I was 7-6 as he got, they're going to mark him at the 8 where they threw him back. I thought he got a little bit farther up the field. Med tried to twist another direction, and they hadn't called him down. So they're going to mark the ball at the 8. Second down and 3. We'll go into 3 minutes before they snap it on this one as Haley looks to the sideline. He's got Dalton in the backfield this time, the big battering ram. A bunch set of trips right side, all just about in the middle of the field. Over to the left, a solo receiver. He's all the way out on the numbers. Dalton flips to the right side. Hickory Ridge shifts their line opposite. Hand the ball to Dalton. Dalton runs over a man, another man, diving. Is he in the end zone? Yes, he is. Dalton for 8 yards. He made contact at the 5 with about 3 different players, and they all went backwards. 240 pounds of running back. And with 2:35 to play here in the first half, Chambers is starting to exert their will, particularly on offense. 8-yard run for the score. They'll go for 2 again. They tried to kick one. They got a penalty against Hickory Ridge before they could get the play off, even though they kicked it through the pipes. And then the next one, a yard and a half closer, I believe got partially blocked. It was no good, and that's the only attempt at a kick for an extra point for Chambers today. 2:35 left in the first half. Well, I thought they had scored a touchdown, but the scoreboard is not showing a touchdown. They marked him apparently down. So the touchdown counts, a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, and I think they'll assess it on the kickoff. So 32-7 with an extra point attempt coming. Didn't see the flag, but unsportsmanlike conduct. Butler's on the board against Weddington. Weddington 24, Butler 7 at the half. They are going to try the extra point attempt here with Romero. Snap, spot, the kick is up. The kick is good. It wasn't high, it wasn't long, but it was through. 33-7. Romero with the kick. So the Ragin Bulls got some work cut out with 2:35 left. 33-7. At one point in this game, it was 12-7. Lake Norman and Marvin Ridge have gone to half. Lake Norman 15, Marvin Ridge 7. Also at the half, South Iredale 34, Piedmont 7. Those coming to you on your Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Have not seen an update from J.M. Robinson. Last we saw, J.M. Robinson was up 7-0. Blue Regiment going to play at halftime. We got the BidMoney.com halftime report coming up. The 15-yard mark-off against Chambers will take the ball all the way back to the 25 for them to kick off. So opportunity here for Hickory Ridge to get good field position. They do not have a timeout left with 2:35 left. They spent that final timeout at about the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. One timeout left for Chambers. The ball falls off the tee. I would say they probably don't need it. Again, we'll listen in for the Blue Regiment for Hickory Ridge at halftime. It's a short twisting kick. Going to take a bounce, going to bounce off the shins of Witcher. Witcher picks it up, makes one man miss, another man miss, and then he gets thumped at the 32. Witcher, if he feels it clean, probably gets a few more yards, but boy, lost all of his momentum when he had to turn to the side, pick it up, and then come running back upfield. All that time, the white jerseys from the Cougars were running downfield after him. 2:28 left. 31-yard line for Hickory Ridge. They would like to have something to get back in this one. Chambers is going to get the second half kickoff. Johnson in the backfield with Barbaria. Trips left side. That's just about in the middle of the field. They'll send one man in motion. That's Wooten. They'll hand the ball off to Johnson. Johnson picking his way to the 35. Will pick up 4. So second down and 6. Panthers at home this weekend against the Chargers. Everyone hoping for better results than last Sunday and a game down in New Orleans. Jamal Horton letting us know that, there's a snap that's loose. It's on the ground. Barbaria will scoop it up and fall on it at the 21-yard line. Both teams have had bad snaps now that have resulted in large negative plays. Robinson 21, Central Cabarrus nothing. That's early in the third quarter. 1:45 left in the half. I think Chambers may have used that final timeout. We've got a stoppage of play. The ball's all the way back to the 22-yard line. Third down and 20. Actually, third down and 19. The line to gain is the 41. Ball's at the 22. Don't forget, shop, click, and drive. That's BenMined.com. You can pick your vehicle out online. You can even arrange a test drive, or you can go ahead and buy it and arrange financing. They can deliver it right to your house. But again, that's BenMined.com. Shop, click, and drive. And our BenMined.com halftime report will be coming up shortly. So the ball's at the 22-yard line. That was the final timeout for Chambers. So neither team has a timeout. I think Chambers wanted to force a punt. Third down and 19. Barbaria goes back to throw. Got pretty good protection. Rolling out. Heaving it deep downfield. Got a man back there, but it's not thrown deep enough to intercepted. Number 21 picked it off. That is Kashawn Harper. Harper, the junior defensive back. And Barbaria running to his left, trying to square back up and throwing it deep downfield. He had Joel Wooten about 3 yards behind the defender, but the ball was underthrown and intercepted, and that's still a pretty good punt from the 22 all the way back to the 38. So it's not a punt, but it's a turnover, but that's one you probably don't mind. See what Chambers has in mind here for the last 136. They lead it 33-7. Their offense has been in high gear after a little bit of sputtering in the first quarter. At one point, we were 12-7 in this ball game. Looking to throw, going to fire it out to Bird. Bird looking for a block. Doesn't get one. Turns back into the field, and it'll be tackled for a loss. It'll lose back to the 36-yard line. Clock will continue to tick at 1:20. Dalton's in the backfield now with Haley. That's the big back. We saw him with an 8-yard touchdown run on the last score. 1:08, 1:07, clock ticking. In motion is Dalton. They'll throw it to him. Dalton gets a good block from one of the receivers to the 40, to the 45, to the 49, 48-yard line. Let's see where they finally spotted it. It's at the 48, and that will stop the clock to move the chains. 54 seconds left. Good block on the outside for Jeremiah Harrison. Harrison locked up a defender, and that allowed Dalton to get outside. 42 seconds now. Clock is running. Out at the 48-yard line. Haley at quarterback. Taking a lot of time. Play fake. Looks to throw. Fires in the middle field. Incomplete. Looking for Harrison on that little end cut. Out of his reach. I'll stop the clock with 30 seconds left. Second down and 10. Chambers Players all looking to the sideline for the play call with 30 seconds left. Out at the 48-yard line, the Chambers 48. So 33-7. Hickory Ridge trailing. Chambers trying to add on here as we get near halftime. Man in motion. They're going to flare it out to him. 45-50, 45-40, 35-33. Bounce to the inside, 30-yard line. They'll stop the clock to move the chains with 19 seconds left. They'll have to hurry up. Receiver was Mackay Gant. We've seen Gant a couple of times. A Hickory Ridge player had a helmet knocked off. He'll have to come to the sideline. That's Kingston Young. They haven't started the clock yet. Now they'll start it moving. 17 seconds. Haley from the 30, looking to throw, firing it deep to the end zone. Got a man running down there. Harrison can't get it. Had one hand on it. He was having to turn, and when he hit the ground, the ball popped free. Harrison was running past the safety and breaking the open, but probably one more heave like that left in the half. 8 seconds left. 33-7. Ball's at the 30-yard line. Zion Haley looks to the sideline. He's going to have Brooks in the backfield with him. The play in the middle of the field is probably going to run out the clock. They wouldn't have time to reset, so they're probably looking at something in the end zone. Got trips right. That's the wide side, and now whistles, and I'm going to have a dead ball penalty of delay of game. I'll push them back 5. J.M. Robinson's added another score. They're up 28-0 on Central Cabarrus. I do not believe J.M. Robinson's allowed more than a touchdown in any game this season, and they've scored 40 or more in every game to this point. They're 12 away right now. Looking to throw, stepping up, rolling, firing, got a man down there, knocked away. 2 seconds left. That hometown clock didn't run out. The incompleted pass knocked down on a good defensive play by number 18. And we do not have a number 18 on our roster for Hickory Ridge. That's a fresh roster that came in this afternoon. So number 18's made 2 good plays, and all we're able to do is call 18. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 15, 2 seconds left. Last play of the half, barring penalty. Haley looking to throw. Got pressure coming. Going to drop off a screen. Looking for some blocks. Is going to be tripped and goes out of bounds inside the 30. Well short as the throw went to Keziah Williams. Another one of those big receivers at 6'3". 33-7. Chambers here at the half. It was 18-7 at the end of the first quarter. Here at halftime, 33-7. Chambers with the lead. Coach Jupiter Wilson will talk to his team at halftime and see what he can come up with. But it was a big first half for the Chambers offense. They'd been kind of sputtering a little bit this season. Both teams have really, really struggled, though. There have been a lot of penalties here today. As we begin our BenMinded.com halftime report, they're moving all kinds of apparatus on the field for Hickory Ridge. I'm not really sure what they are. Looks kind of like, they're wire, made out of wire and a moon and a thing dangling off the tip of the moon, and have no clue what these are. But they're on rolling bases. They've got a circle in the back, like a crescent moon, then a big circle hanging from the crescent moon, and they've got 3 little prongs that look like they might be little ocean waves going away from the circle and the moon. And they're all over the field. So they're getting ready to play. When they get play, we'll let you listen in for the Blue Regiment. 33-7 here. The BenMinot.com halftime report. Shop, click, and drive. BenMinot.com. Proud sponsors of athletics and sporting events and community events in our community, and we appreciate their help in bringing you these broadcasts. Got a score from way out west. Tuscola 7, Swain nothing. And then Swain, where Heath Schuler, the Tennessee and Washington Redskins quarterback, had played. And then, of course, he was later on a congressman. Tuscola, I've been to Tuscola a time or two. I tore a pair of brand new cleats on the fence at Tuscola on an overthrow at first base. I stepped inside a chain link fence, and when I pulled my foot away from it, it ripped a hole in the side of my cleats. That's my Tuscola story. I've been there several times. Still sore about that. A nice pair of cleats. I had a big gash in them the rest of the time I wore them. Well, let's see. We're just about ready for the band to start playing. We're waiting for them to get ready. Here we go. Let's listen in. The Blue Regiment of Hickory Ridge.
And now, under the unfailing direction of drum majors Luke Gibson, Smith, the 2024 Hickory Ridge Blue Regiment.
The Blue Regiment of Hickory Ridge High School Marching Band with not sure what the title of the program was, but it seemed to be Space Age. They had Major Tom and 2001 A Space Odyssey, the voice of Neil Armstrong making the first step on the moon. And we guess those funky-looking wire things they rolled out are some type of space thing. Moons and suns and black holes and whatever. Sounded good, though. The Hickory Ridge Blue Regiment playing here at the BenMined.com halftime report. I'm Mark Clemens with you here today for Radio Free Cabarrus 485 Sports. We plan to simulcast broadcast on the NFHS Network, and none of their dang stuff that you would be right. We've tried every number of things to make those things work with their automated cameras, and so far out of the fourth week of the season, we've been doing two games a week. So out of 8 games, we've had it work right one time. But anyway, while I'm slamming the NFHS Network in there, let's just leave it at that. Anyway, we've got just a few minutes left at halftime. Our score here is 33-7. That is Chambers over Hickory Ridge. This game got off to a interesting start. Kickoff for Chambers went to Hickory Ridge. Hickory Ridge had 4th down and 2 deep in their own territory out at about the 30-yard line. I think they may be there at their 28. They try to go for it on 4th down. They fail, lose yards on the play. Gives a short field to Chambers. Chambers gets down inside the 5-yard line. Looked like they're about to punch it in the end zone and fumble the football. Gave the ball back to Hickory Ridge at the 2. Hickory Ridge got a couple of first downs and then had to punt. Well, one first down, I believe, and then had to punt it away. They gave the ball to Chambers at the 40-yard line of Hickory Ridge. They drove it in for the score. That made it 6-0 as the attempt failed. On the ensuing kickoff, David Johnson tried to field a bouncing ball at about the 2-yard line. He fell down. The ball's on the ground. He stands back up, tries to pick it up. As he's starting to move away, he got hit. The ball popped up in the air. Linwood Spadell picked it out of the air and ran it into the end zone. The run failed on the 2-point conversion. That was 12-0, 6:27 left in the first quarter. Johnson, though, bounced back, had a nice kickoff return out near midfield, set up Hickory Ridge with a good field position. They drove down to the 5-yard line, had 4th down and 5. Braden Barbaria was rolling to his right from pressure, looking. Joel Wooten catches the ball in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Whitcomb made the kick, made it 12-7. That's with 4:16 left in the first quarter. And, hey, we got a pretty good football game then. Well, driving downfield, Haley hits Ross for a 19-yard touchdown pass. That made the score 18-7. We go to the second quarter with Chambers leading. Midway through the second quarter, Haley hits Bird on a 47-yard pass play. His pass play to Bird on the 2-point conversion made it 26-7. And then Dalton, the big running back, 8 yards, ran over about 3 Hickory Ridge players en route to the end zone. The kick was good by Romero, and that made it 33-7 at the half. Chambers ran out of time. They had the ball inside the 30-yard line when the clock expired at the end of the first half. And there's your score. Chambers 33, Hickory Ridge 7. Hickory Ridge will have to kick off to start the second half. Both teams out on the field getting loosened up. They they ran all the clock off, and they put 3 minutes of warm-up time back on the clock, and we're about the 2-minute mark of that warm-up. I want to remind you some of the sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Wilkinson Funeral Home in Concord. Also, the Southern Christmas Show coming up in November. By the Renaissance Festival, the Carolina Renaissance Festival over there on the Cabarrus-Mecklenburg County line. Get all the info, renfestinfo.net. The Carolina Renaissance Festival weekend, Saturday and Sunday in October and November. Tickets on sale right now. Huzzah, as they say at the Carolina Renaissance Festival. Cannon Pharmacy, cannonpharmacies.com, home of free delivery. They got locations all across Cabarrus County, Rowan County, over in Mooresville and Charlotte. Cannonpharmacies.com, again, the home of free delivery. By the Independent Tribune, C. Jamal Horton does a great job for the Independent Tribune, has the best local sports coverage, and we've got a new feature. Now it's our athlete spotlight. We have a female and male athlete each week featured in a little questionnaire, a couple of pictures. And we're looking for nominees. It doesn't have to be the most outstanding player. It can be somebody just really nice, a multi-sport person, somebody that's really interesting, a good student and a good athlete. Let us know. Email Jamal, email me. We'll be happy to work on those. And, again, that's the Athlete Spotlight, a new feature in the Independent Tribune, independenttribune.com. Jamal's always got that scoreboard updated, and we've seen that in the early part of the season, a lot of folks looking at the scoreboard and looking at those follow-up stories. Joe Habina also doing a good job working with us there. Also, sponsored today by Ben Minot, benminot.com. Our halftime sponsor, Shop, Click, and Drive, benminot.com. And as always, Carolina Pizza Huts. Great time to order some pizza or go by and pick it up. Go to pizzahut.com. Doug Cleveland and all our friends over at the Carolina Pizza Huts. They've got the buffet during the week up on Church Street and got on the weekend buffet at lunch over there on 601. Got some new renovations at the Pizza Hut here in Harrisburg as well. So Carolina Pizza Huts, pizzahut.com. Well, we talked through those 3 minutes while they warmed up. We warmed up our vocal cords, and we're about ready to go. We'll try to keep you up to date on the Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, too, here in the second half. Last time I looked like another score for Robinson. They were up 35-0 over Central Cabarrus. They've almost got to their 40-point threshold that they've had all year long. They came here to open the season against Hickory Ridge and put a thumping on the Raging Bulls. The Bulls will kick it off. Half a football left, 33-7. Chambers with the lead. And now the kickoff. It's a squibber. Goes through Bird's hands, goes through the next man's hands. He's going to run out of bounds at the 1 yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Wow, couldn't have run out of bounds any closer to the goal line. They'll mark it at the 1. Bird tried to field it on the hop. It went through his hands. And I think the man behind him is number 10. That's Marley Vincent. Vincent catches it, and he's trying to keep from going into the end zone. Instead, he steps on the white sideline just inside the 1 yard line. That kickoff could not have gone any better if they'd have rolled it out there for Hickory Ridge. In the end zone now, Haley and company. One man in the backfield with him. Receivers now whistle. If it's against Chambers, it'll be at the half-yard line. They're counting heads. Illegal substitution on the offense. They run a man off, so the tail end of the ball right now is almost touching the goal line. First down and 10.5. Haley in shotgun. Looks to the sideline. Big opportunity if Hickory Ridge can hold them back here. Get good field position. Try to climb back into it. Chambers with their backs up against the goal line. Throw a quick pass incomplete. He wanted to make sure he got that one out there pretty quick. The intended receiver is Isaiah Ross. Ross, another one of those big receivers at 6'2". They've got 4 or 5 guys, 6'2", 6'3", on the outside, and then, of course, big quarterback at 6'3". Second down and 10.5. Haley hands the ball off in the backfield. Brooks across the 5, across to the 8. Zaire Brooks, good hard running, got a good crease opened up off the right side of the Chambers line of scrimmage. They're going to go hurry up now. One of their players is running off the field. They told him get down, and he's going to be an injury. He was running off the side, big number 66, and they weren't going to get the playback off or anything, so he just lays down on the field like he's injured. They blow the whistle, and then he jumps up and runs to the sideline. That's not what the injury timeout is intended for. Maybe he was injured. That's not what it's supposed to be. Third down. Looking to throw. Got a man there. Ross across the 20 for the first down. Ross just running that little skinny post as he gets an end cut inside. I think Witcher was the defensive back. He's got a much bigger body. He puts it on the body with the throw and gets the first down. Going to hand the ball off to Brooks. Brooks, nice tackle in the backfield for a short gain. That's Jack McCowan with the tackle. We've called 45's name a couple of times. I think Jack had his helmet knocked off once today, too. Second down after the 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8. 10:40 to play, third quarter, 33-7. Chambers with the lead. Ross goes looping through the backfield in motion, catches it out the other side, 25, rolls across the 30. Should have the first down depending upon the mark, and an injured Hickory Ridge player goes down right at the point of tackle. Now they're going to say, well, let's see, they got the ball right at the 30. He may be about a yard short. Both teams will head to the sideline with the injured player. This might be a cramp. Yeah, the leg goes in the air. It looks like that may be a cramp. 10:22 left here in the third quarter. Hickory Ridge player down on the ground being attended to by the training staff. Midway through the third quarter, South Iredale still leading Piedmont 34-10 on your Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. High Point Andrews gets a pick six. They've cut into the North Rowan lead. 41-16, though, North Rowan with the lead. That one may be a little farther along in the game, or as a 7:30 start. I'm not sure. Shelby and Olympic had hooked up in a good one. It was 14-14. Olympics kicked a field goal. 17-14 Olympic over Shelby. Lake Norman 15, Marvin Ridge coming back to 10. 2 minutes left in the third quarter in that one. And we're ready to go back to live action here. Those scores on your Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, home of free delivery, cannonpharmacies.com. Zion Haley, the quarterback. Play fake. Looks to throw. Going deep down the sideline. Oh, caught and dropped. Mackay Gant had the ball inside the 30-yard line, juggling it in his hands, and I think he was seeing too much goal line and green grass in front of him and dropped it. Haley threw that ball a long way. It was a first down on the previous play. So second down and 10 from the 30-yard line. 10:03 to play third quarter. 33-7. Chambers with the ball. First possession of the second half. They started this possession all the way back at the 1-yard line. Bring a man in motion now. The resets as a wide out on the near side. Hand the ball off to Dalton, and Dalton's tackled in the backfield. That's Jack McCowan again. McCowan smelled that one out and made a nice tackle for loss. Going to bring up 3rd and 13 after the 3-yard loss to the 27. Lots of football coming up this weekend between the pros and the colleges, and the team has got a lot of speed, and they really put you into some pressure situations. They get you on the corner and basically make you make a tackle. If you don't make it, they're going to burn you downfield. Haley to throw, looking. Got some pressure. It's going to step up, tucks it, 50, 45, 42. No, it looks like 43-yard line. Zion Haley had time. He looked downfield, decided not to throw it, and it looked like pretty good coverage downfield. He had a deep option on that one, and it looked like the defender, I can't quite see his number. I think it's number 34. And that would be Cameron Wolkoff, one of the safeties. He was running stride for stride with the receiver, so they're going to run an option play. Haley cuts it up, slides as he gets inside the 37. He faked the pitch to Brooks. The defender took the fake pitch, and when he did take that fake, he just cut it inside and ran straight up the field. Seven and a half minutes to play third quarter. 33-7. Chambers with the ball and the lead. Taking a lot of time off here in the third quarter. Haley going to give it off to Dalton. Dalton running into the secondary. 25-20, taken down at the 19. And again, they're going to say the knee touchdown at the 21. So Dalton with another run. And, boy, I tell you what, he didn't have to break tackles that time. There was nobody at home. First down at the 21-yard line. Micaiah Dalton, 5'11", 240-pound, defensive end and running back. Gets up ahead of steam. Oh, missed the snap. Haley's going to try to pick it up. He'll just fall on it at the 37. It looked like he was looking away, and it hit him right in the hands, and it just squirted through his hands. Lake Norman 15, Marvin Ridge 13. That's late third quarter. Going to the fourth quarter, Olympic still leading Shelby 17-14. Second down and 25. Snap to Haley. Haley's going to throw it in the flat on the screenplay. 30, 25. The ball's loose. Who's got it? It may have gone out of bounds. Let's see. Hickory Ridge got the ball, but it looked like it went out of bounds maybe before he got it. The pass was to Jeremiah Harrison. It was a little screenplay. Somebody got a hand on the ball. It's still Chambers' ball. It's not a first down. It's going to bring up third down at the 19. Third down and I believe 8. The line to gain is the 11. 6:05 left, third quarter. They've taken almost half the third quarter off the clock. Now whistles. Stoppage of play. Not sure what the stoppage was there, but we're almost ready to go back, looks like. Haley talking to a couple of his linemen and then drops back in shotgun. Got Dalton at his left side. Now he says something to another lineman, picking out I believe, the pass protection. 8 on the play clock as the clock's ticking down. Snaps it with 3, hands it to Dalton. Dalton inside the 15 to the 12. A hat comes off of Dalton. He's short of the first down. It's going to be 4th down and 2. So Mekhi Dalton will have to run off as his helmet flew off. That will be 4th down at the 13. They'll send in a couple of big bodies. Big 44. That's Kylik Deese. Deese, 6'1", 195. He looks bigger than that. And the other man up is number 34. That's Jatavius Banks, 6'3", 200 pounds. And there is a penalty on the play against Hickory Ridge that will give them the first down. Did not see what it was, but it takes it all the way down to the 6-yard line. Costly penalty against the Raging Bulls. First and goal at the 6. Haley gives the ball off to Dalton, who's back in there, stacked up at the line of scrimmage. His helmet falls off again, and he'll have to run back out again. It may be that there was a penalty knocking that helmet off the last time. It was a half the distance to the goal penalty. This time, no flag. So Dalton will have to check out. Brooks checks back in at tailback for Chambers. Clock ticking, 5:16. This drive started at the 1, had a half the distance to the goal penalty, so it started at the half-yard line, just about as far down the field as you could go if they punch this one in. Haley going to run it in almost untouched. Met resistance right at the goal line, running left. It was just a quarterback power, and everybody knocked somebody down, and it's a 6-yard run for Haley, and they took 7 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. 4:58 with Haley with the 6-yard run. They'll go for the extra point. 39-7, their score. Romero out of the hold of Bryson Wright. Snap, spot, kick is up, and the kick is perfect. That long snapper on the play is Whitener. And just like that, Romero's kick makes it 40-7. 4:58 left third quarter. A 99-yard drive. Those kind of drives are backbreakers. You've already got a commanding lead. You take the ball from the 1 and just run it right down the field. There were a couple of big plays. There were big downs and distances. There was at least one second down and 25. I think there was another second or third down and close to 20. And the Hickory Ridge defense not able to get off the field. Chambers trying to get the first win of the season. They've got a couple of tough losses to Glenn High School up in Kernersville and also to Clover down in South Carolina. High end-over-end kick. Romero's kick will hit at the 1, and it just trickles across the goal line. It almost stopped at the 1. That's a live ball, too. But it does hit across the goal line. The touchback comes out to the 20. Coming up next Friday night, be sure and check your schedules. We'll have a couple going. Lake Norman has extended the lead on Marvin Ridge with a touchdown. Lake Norman 22, Marvin Ridge 13. That's with 10:45 to play in the fourth quarter here on your Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. Just looking to see if we had any more scores trickling in. Here's a little pitch. Short gain of 4. That little toss forward to the motion man, Roberts. Roberts gets 2. Second down at 8. 22-yard line. Be second down at 8. Witcher, Roberts. See what else we got out there. Also, looks like Nick Chacon. They'll bring a man in motion. Hand it off in the backfield to Johnson. Johnson gets 2 more to the 24. Just about slipped through there, and somebody caught him down around the ankles and knocked him down. Some of the San Francisco 49er websites are questioning whether Christian McCaffrey might hit the IR. That has not come from any official source, just speculation. You know how that can be. Here's Barberry. Barberry throws, incomplete. Just had to ground that one. It was in front of a defender and a player, so it's a legal grounding of the ball. He was going to be sacked for a loss. He couldn't really get a good throw in the direction of a player, so he just hit some grass or some turf right in front of a defender. Fourth down. That's going to bring up punt formation. A 3-and-out. The last thing you needed for Hickory Ridge is Jaden Whitcomb, the junior punter, stands back at the 11 waiting the long snap. It's away a kick. Got a heavy rush. It's going to be fielded at the 46-yard line. 50, 45. It's going to be taken down out of bounds. Flag on the play. Maybe a blocking penalty. The return was by Marley Vincent all the way back to the 42-yard line. The flag was about 3 or 4 yards ahead of that tackle that was on the sideline. I believe the tackle was made by Isaiah Townsend. There was an 88 standing there. I think he's the man that made the tackle. I'm not 100% sure of that. The penalty is going to be marked off. Let's see who is it against. I'm guessing it's a blocking penalty. And they are going to back up Chambers. 10-yard mark-off will take it back to the 48-yard line, back onto Cougars territory. So 3:37 left in the third quarter. 40-7. Block in the back is the call. That's where they'll start it. 48-yard line, first down and 10. New quarterback in the lineup now is Bryson Wright. Wright with split backs, works shotgun. Play fake, going to throw it out to the wing, going to be caught, breaks a tackle, tries to break a second tackle. It's going to go down at the 40-yard line of Hickory Ridge for the first down. Throw out to number 14, Makai Gant. Gant's made a couple of good receptions today. Had a chance to stop him near the line of scrimmage. When he broke that tackle, that almost ensured he got a first down. Can split backs out of the shotgun. They'll send Gant in motion from left to right, coming out to the wide side to reset in the slot. Now in motion comes Bird. They're going to fire, tipped and incomplete. Looking for the tight end, which we have not seen him throw in that direction yet tonight, but number 88, Noah Wright, was the intended receiver off his hand and hung in the air for a minute, but no Ragin Bull in the area could grab it. Bring up second down and 10 at the 40. 3:15 left third quarter. Chambers 40, Hickory Ridge 7. "28 straight points scored by Chambers here in this one. Hand off, and they hammered him right at the line of scrimmage. That's Bird. Clock under 3 minutes, third quarter. Third down and 10. So Wright continues at quarterback. Bryson Wright is a senior quarterback, 5'8", 162-pounder. He's much shorter than Zion Haley. Haley, 6'3", 165. Wright got some pressure, got knocked down, flags fly. I think he may have got a face mask or a hit up around the head. Let's see, though. It could be a holding penalty, too. Referee's going to give us the signal. Personal foul, face mask, 15-yard mark off. That will wipe out a stop for Hickory Ridge. It looked like they got the quarterback up around the head as he started to step up into the pocket. Takes the ball down to the 28-yard line for the first down. First and 10, 2:25, clock ticking, third quarter. It was 12-7 at one point. It's 42-7 right now. Wright with split backs. Got a couple of receivers in Harrison and Gant out to the right. Got another receiver over to the left side. They'll give it off to Brooks running to the short side. He'll be knocked out of bounds inside the 25. Stop the clock with 1:50. Well, actually, the clock continued to run. Thought it would stop for a moment, but it did not. They'll mark the ball at the 23. Checking in for Hickory Ridge is Parker Donald, the junior defensive lineman, and checking out is Christian Torrance, another junior. Wright gives it off to Brooks again. Brooks running the same play, cuts inside the 15, and going to be taken down, but not before he gets the first down inside the 15-yard line. Clock continued to run. 1:17. We're in the third quarter, 40-7. The ball at the 13-yard line, first down and 10. Zion Haley started the game. The junior quarterback was outstanding today. Wright's come in, fakes it to Dalton, makes one man miss in the backfield. He's in trouble, twists and turns and dives, and he's inside the 10. A play that probably should have been a tackle for loss turns into a gain for Chambers. Has got a little bit of a help back in the backfield, and Dalton got a piece of one of the would-be tacklers. It's at the 9-yard line, second down and 6. Bryson Wright made a nice something out of nothing. Send a man in motion. Give it off to Dalton. Dalton trying to bounce it to the outside. Gets a couple. Call it to 7. It's going to bring up 3rd down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We played 3 quarters. Our score, a threatening Chambers 40. Hickory Ridge 7. 40-7 as we go to the 4th quarter. In that 3rd quarter, Hickory Ridge ran 3 offensive plays and a punt. A dominant second half, just grinding it out. A miscue on the second half kickoff gave the ball to Chambers at their own 1-yard line. They were leading 33-7. They got a penalty, which was half the distance to the goal, put it down inside the 1-yard line. And then they proceeded to drive down the field, making a couple of long down and distances, including at one point I think they had 2nd and 25. They're going to mark the ball at the 7-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 4. The line to gain the 3-yard line. They're cranking out some Neil Diamond from the band. They'll be playing Sweet Caroline. Usually you play this when you win, not when you're down 33. But I guess might as well have some fun. We get ready to start the 4th quarter. Bryson Wright looks to the sidelines, got Dalton in the backfield with him. Bird is a slot one side. On the other side, he has got Makai Gant. Couple of receivers to the outside either way. The ball's on the near hash mark. Now moving from right to left, the white-clad Cougars looking to throw to the end zone. Jump ball tipped away and incomplete. Good coverage for Hickory Ridge down there. The defender and the receiver both a little slow to get up, and both stretching out like they've got cramps. So we'll have a stoppage of play with 4th down and 4 at the 7-yard line. Starting to see a few people on the Hickory Ridge side start to head toward the exits. $11:56 to play here. 40-7, and 4th down coming up for Chambers. And again, with the 2 players down, looks like the Hickory Ridge defender is running back to the sideline now. Looks like the man who was down is number 34. That's Cameron Wolkoff. No, I checked that. There's still another player down over there for Hickory Ridge. And he's hobbling to the sideline. Got that awkward kind of wobble as he heads to the sideline. Number 23. And 23 is Joshua Blackman. Blackman, the junior defensive back. The intended receiver, I believe, is Harrison, and Harrison's trotting off to the sideline for Chambers. 1 play into the 4th quarter. Ready to go back to action at 4th down and 4 from the 7-yard line. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Now a timeout taken by Julius Chambers. So 2 timeouts remaining for Chambers as they'll have a big 4th down coming up. Offense is on the sideline. The defense heads that way right now. Gives us an opportunity to tell you that today's game is brought to you in part by Carolina Pizza Hut. We're in the Pizza Hut Red Zone. Great time to go to pizzahut.com and order up some pizza, wings, drinks, breadsticks. They can deliver it all out to you, or you can just go to their pickup window. Carolina Pizza Hut's proud sponsors all of our broadcast here and sporting events across Cabarrus County. 11:56 to play, and we come back from the timeout, the injury timeout, ready to go. 4th down and 4 at the 7. Looks like Chambers going to go for it. Bryson Wright breaks the huddle with Dalton at his right side. He's going to roll to his right. He's got it tucked. He's looking to beat the man on the corner and does not. He's thrown down at the 10-yard line. A good defensive play for Hickory Ridge. Getting up, number 21, making the play is Nikolai Lewis, the senior defensive back. And that will turn it over on downs at the 10-yard line. Lewis was not going to let him get outside of him, was not going to let him get away, and wrapped him up and put him on the ground. On our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, Lake Norman 22, Marvin Ridge 16. That's a final. Last word we had from J.M. Robinson, it was 35-0, Bulldogs over. Actually, we got an update there. Jamal Horton says 42-0, J.M. Robinson. So they've gone over 40 every game this year so far. Handoff, and I don't believe the runner got more than the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Johnson getting off the pile with the ball. 2nd down and 10 at the 10. So 2nd and 10 at the 10. Braden Barbario's gone all the way at quarterback. Most of the time he's had David Johnson in the backfield with him. Johnson's broke off a couple of pretty good runs. Chasing it, throwing it, incomplete. There's nobody within 20 yards, and that's going to, well, let's see. Did they throw a flag? Yeah, they're going to throw it now. That should be a safety. It's going to be intentional grounding in the end zone. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. There he throws it now, finally. The line of scrimmage was the 10. He was in the end zone. He threw it to about the 4, and there was not a receiver within 25 yards. That should be a safety. Intentional grounding against Hickory Ridge. Well, they're not signaling safety yet. Oh, it is a safety. So the intentional grounding in the end zone is a safety. 42-7. 10:35 to play here in the 4th quarter. Safety, intentional grounding in the end zone. (42-7) now. There'll be a free kick coming from the 20. It's the option of the kicking team to either punt it or kick it from the ground. Either way, it's a free ball after 10 yards. We've seen it done both ways. We saw last safety we saw, I think we saw it kicked from the ground like a kickoff. So 10:36 left here in the 4th quarter. They tried to throw. Looks like we've got a final in from J.M. Robinson. 49-0. J.M. Robinson over Central Cabarrus. Timeout called. Well, I thought there was a timeout call, but it looks like he was just signaling with both hands, pointing the direction of the kicking team. Whitcomb to kick it off. Looks like he's going to put it on a tee. A couple of players deep to receive this one. Marley Vincent, And I believe Marquise Bird is back there. We'll have to check his numbers. He hasn't turned to where we can see it just yet. They're back at about the 35-yard line. Whitcomb kicks a line drive. Vincent all the way back to the 25. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Got them all spread out. There's a flag comes flying in across the 45 to the 42. And there's a hat, 2 flags, various football litter on the field. Actually, that wasn't a hat, it was a shoe. The shoe belonged to number 88 for Hickory Ridge. He had to run off the sideline with it, Isaiah Townsend. The flags, I believe, are both going to be blocking penalties against Chambers, which will slice deeply into the kickoff return. They took it all the way back to the 41-yard line of Hickory Ridge. Flags are out at around the 45 of Chambers. On your Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard, we had a couple of finals from yesterday. After a close first half, it was a huge half for Hickory. Hickory 69, Cox Mill 27, and I think at one point it was 28-20 in that ball game, if I'm not mistaken. But Hickory blowing away Cox Mill yesterday. Also in a barn burner down in Mount Pleasant, Northwest Cabarrus 16, Mount Pleasant 14. The mark-off against Chambers takes it back to the 44-yard line. So first down and 10 for Chambers at their own 44-yard line. 10:25 to play. Bryson Wright, the quarterback. Throws to the sideline, going to be caught up the sideline, and tippy-toeing down through there is Jeremiah Harrison. Harrison will be knocked out of bounds. Solid pickup on first down to the 49-yard line. Second down and about 3. Play fake. Wright pulled it out of the belly, goes to the 45, goes to the 40, to the 35 before he's pushed out of bounds. Wright with a nifty little play. Put it in the belly of the running back, pulled it out as the defenders arrived, and he was headed to the sideline. First down, Chambers. 10-10 as the clock stopped to move the chain. 42-7. Man continues to play. Nobody's left on the Chambers side of things. Throw to the sideline to Harrison. Harrison makes one man miss to the 30, to the 25, to the 22. So Harrison, that's a simple play, just a little hitch. He takes a hard step, turns and looks for the ball. Wright delivers it, and then he makes the first man miss, and then it's playing catch-up for the rest of the defenders. 9:48 to play. First down for Chambers, and we got an injured player for Hickory Ridge down in the secondary, down around the 15-yard line, and both teams will head to the sideline. Again, we told you 49-0 the final. Jam Robinson over Central Cabarrus on our Cannon Pharmacy scoreboard. See if we got any more scores coming in. A lot of finals in now as we're getting kind of late on a Friday night. Most of the 7 o'clock games are starting to wrap up. 7:30 games will be rolling in later. Tomorrow night over at Jerry Richardson Stadium, Charlotte 49ers will have the second home game of the season as the Coach Biff Poggi's team will be taking on Gardner Webb. That's a 6 o'clock kick. If you can't watch it, it's on or if you can't be there, it's on ESPN Plus. It's easy for me to say. But we got a player hobbling off for Hickory Ridge. Gets a pat on the helmet by a couple of teammates. Number 19 is that player. That's Carter Bowman. Bowman, one of the seniors on the Hickory team. It's going to be first down for Chambers when we go back to action. 9:48 to play. They'll work shotgun with Wright. Makes one man miss. Hits straight up the field. He wanted to pass. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He's in the end zone for a touchdown. There's just Hickory Ridge Ragin Bulls laying in his wake, and Wright just took that one 12 yards on an attempted pass play. They missed the tackle when he faked the pass, and he goes in for the score. 9:32 to play as Chambers scores again. Wright with a 12-yard run. 48-7. Extra point attempt coming for Romero. Brooks is running off late, and he gets off in time. Snap, spot. The kick is up. The kick is good. So Romero gets it to make it 49-7. I'll tell you what, this game pretty much was over at the half. I think once they got that ball and just drained the third quarter clock with that 99-yard touchdown drive, it took the wind out of the sails of the Ragin Bulls. Chambers will kick off with 9:04 left. Running clock now by Mercy rules in North Carolina High School Athletic Association. And they'll drain it off quick. Hickory Ridge just now sending their kicking receive team out on the field. Johnson will go deep. Also back there, I believe, is Wooten. So Wooten's on the far side of the field. Johnson near side. Romero to kick off. These have been interesting plays. High end-over-end kick. It's short. Hits at the 18. Big bounce to Wooten at the 15. Comes back to the middle of the field, and he just got hammered at about the 19-yard line. He started to slow down and looking for some place to go, and when he did, there was a Cougar that just ran right through him. Looks like one of the cover team getting up a little slow. That's Linwood Spidell. Spidell may have been the man who delivered the blow. Spidell got the touchdown earlier on the fumble that he ran into the end zone. Ball's going to be right at the 20-yard line. Braden Barbario, a junior quarterback, all the way at the helm. He's got Johnson in the backfield. We have a couple extra players out there. We got Adita Pendham out there. I don't know if we've seen 28 out there, but he's out on the field. Run hard off to the left side for a good gain for Hickory Ridge. Clock running, 7 minutes and ticking away. Johnson, they say, with the carry. 8-yard pickup for Johnson. Shotgun with Johnson in the backfield. They'll hand it to Johnson. Johnson looking for some place to go and nowhere to go. He'll be knocked down at the 28-yard line. Actually, say 29. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. 6:25, clock ticking. Running clock now with a 42-point lead. Johnson goes in the backfield now with Barbario. Barbario works shotgun. Brings Wooten in motion through the formation and movement up front. I believe it'll be offside against the defense. Looking to get a pass rush. That time they stepped into the neutral zone when the motion man came through. 5-yard pickup on the penalty will make it 1st down for Hickory Ridge. Lone touchdown for Hickory Ridge came on a short field. They got about a 50-yard drive after a big David Johnson kick return. And Barbario hit Wooten for a 5-yard score in the back of the end zone on 4th down. Fake to Johnson. Barbario throws, tipped and incomplete. He hit Wooten in a bad spot, looked like in his hands. That ball bounced high in the air and fell to the turf out near midfield. 5:22, clock ticking. 2nd down and 10. Hickory Ridge going to drop to 0-4. The Cougars will improve to 1-2. And of course, neither of these teams are in conference play yet, so that's the important part of your season. Looking to throw, going to heave it deep. Got a man down there in Wooten, but it's overthrown. Now checking, I'm giving you the wrong name. That's Marky Roberts. Roberts is 4. Roberts was streaking open. The ball just a little too deep. Had man-to-man coverage with a safety trying to come over to help, and the safety was not there. If he could have floated it in there. 4:25, again, clock moving. 3rd down and 10. Barbario, pressure coming, looking for someplace to go, being chased, threw right at the feet of Wooten, number 2. He would have been a 3 or 4 yards short if he had caught it, but no way he could catch it. Barbario just trying to avoid a big loss. And they're going to bring punter on the field. Jaden Whitcomb, the junior. He's had a couple of pretty good kicks today. Marley Vincent deep to receive, and they're going to send Vincent up and put back deep to receive Timothy Muhammad. Muhammad, junior defensive back, and he's standing back at about the 42-yard line. 3:30, clock rolling. Timeout called by Coach Jupiter Wilson and the Hickory Ridge Ragin Bulls. That will stop the clock with 3:26 left in the 4th quarter. Our score, Chambers 49, Hickory Ridge 7. Probably one last hurrah here. You would think that if you don't make it, you get kneel downs and could run it out probably with 1 or 2 plays. I want to thank Athletic Director Robert Machado, and I'm not sure the PA announcer's name, but very helpful tonight as he got us a roster and helped us out with some names, and we do appreciate that. Always nice to go someplace where you're welcome and set us up with a good spot to broadcast from here at Hickory Ridge. They're going to go, well, actually, they're going to punt it. Twin safeties back this time now. High snap. Whitcomb gets it away. It's a floater. Going to be caught at the 45. I think it's just one caught. 50, 47-yard line. That return is Timothy Muhammad. So Muhammad brings it back for a nice return. With 3:15, change of possessions, clock rolling. Appreciate you joining us here tonight. Radio Free Cabarrus 485 Sports broadcast of high school football. We'll be back next week. Not sure which games we'll be doing, but we'll have a couple of them for you. We may come up with a couple of more audio-only broadcasts since we're just having so much trouble with these automated equipment that NFHS Network has installed that don't really work. Short gain across the 40 to the 38-yard line. They stack him up. 2:28, clock ticking, the band playing. I think we got another quarterback out there now. This is the third quarterback, Malachi Bridges, 6'2", 220-pound senior. Waits the shotgun snap, one man in the backfield. That was a first down gain. Handoff into the line. They just drive forward inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Getting up off the bottom of the pile. Running the ball, number 27. I think he's had a couple of carries. That's Sincere Meisenheimer. So Meisenheimer, 6'5", 205 pound. They list him as athlete. Again, second down and 2. Pass caught, and they missed the tackle. It's a touchdown. That goes to Jeremiah Harrison. I believe it's a 29-yard touchdown with 1:20 left. That is, we're going to say 25 yards. So 25-yard touchdown. Harrison gets the pass, and the pass came from Malachi Bridges. 55-7. Romero with the kick. Snap, spot, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Romero with the kick, and that makes it 56-7. That'll be the last play of the game. 32 seconds left. They won't get a kickoff. And want to thank our sponsors here on today's broadcast. Wilkinson Funeral Home in Concord. Also by the Carolina Pizza Huts, by the Carolina Renaissance Festival, by the Independent Tribune. Also by Cannon Pharmacies, cannonpharmacy.com. Ben Minot, family of dealerships, benminot.com. Also brought to you by the Southern Christmas Show coming up in November. Also, today's broadcast has been brought to you by the Independent Tribune, independenttribune.com. The best sports coverage for local high schools in Cabarrus County, that's the Independent Tribune. I'm Mark Clemens for 485 Sports and Radio Free Cabarrus, saying so long here from Hickory Ridge. The final score, Julius Chambers 56, Hickory Ridge 7. Good night, everybody.